Hey guys, Josh here. Now, one of the coolest things about working in the marketing department at Airsoft GI is opening up all of the packages that get sent to us from all of the brands that we work with. One of the coolest things about that is, more often than not, it's new products or new production samples, prototypes, all that kind of stuff. And in front of me here is no different. Classic Army was gracious enough to send us over their newest line of guns called the Nemesis, and we're going to take a look at them. But first, I'm going to stop talking for a little bit, and let's just enjoy how pretty these guns are. Now, if you're an avid watcher of the channel, you will know this gun bears a very striking resemblance to the recently released SCARAB line of guns, and you'd be pretty correct in that assumption. Now, the Nemesis line of guns does use a lot of the parts from the SCARAB line, namely the retractable stock, the upper and lower receivers that are beautiful aluminum billet, and overall a lot of the internal parts. The most notable differences is going to be in the rails, and they decided to go with this very nice M-LOK rail system. Now, I gotta say, I love the M-LOK rail system. I think it is a much more superior system to the key mod, and overall I think aesthetically it looks very nice. On this rail you do have the Picatinny sections up here on the top front where a lot of people run their accessories, so it's ready to go there for you. You do have the option for QD here, which is where a lot of people are running sling these days. Connect that to the rear butt plate. You don't have the option to do that on this rifle, but at least you do have that one QD sling socket there. Now, externally, this gun does come with flip-up front and rear iron sights, which I think is a very nice addition. You can't have a rifle without some sights, right? Also, you are going to have fully ambidextrous lower. I'm talking fully. The selector is on both sides, the control for the bolt release is on both sides, and the mag release is on both sides. So I love ambidextrous rifles. I think that is a great feature, especially moving forward with these newer generations of rifles. Additionally, this rear collapsible stock is very awesome. The three positions are quick and easy to get into. The fully collapsed really cuts down on the length of the gun, and I will say that I would love to run this in a CQB situation, because this fully collapsed stock right here with a plate carrier just fits really nice and like an almost MP5 kind of vibe to it. So I'm a big fan of this stock. The cheek weld is great. Overall, everything with the stock is great. There is one caveat, and I will say that the battery storage is something that we'll talk about a little bit later. Could be improved a little bit. Some of the other features externally are going to be this dust cover here. It does have a nice American flag and that .223 caliber designation. And I do not know 100% what flash hider is going to come with the production version of these, but they've included a very nice metal one on this one. Now, as far as the externals go, I think the Classic Army did a very great job. There is one little thing I wish they would improve upon, and that is simply that the charging handle does not actually lock the bolt catch to the rear. You can do it manually, which is very nice because it is how you access that rotary hop-up, but I just wish it actually would lock back by itself. But that spring return is very strong, and it's also kind of nice because it does work with that ambi feature on the other side. Now, one of the things that's been really setting apart Classic Army from the marketplace recently in the years has been, well, their laundry list of internals that they have going on inside of these things. And what kind of stuff can you expect? Well, we're talking 9mm ball bearings, a quick change spring system that is built into the buffer tube that is very quick change. We're talking rotary hop-up. We've got an electronic control system, electronic trigger that's wired to that control system, high torque motor, a programmable MOSFET that's built into the gun. You can literally, I did a video about this earlier when I first got the guns. You hold down the trigger, it starts initiating a beeping sequence. You can program the gun to do 3-round burst, 5-round burst, semi-auto DMR stuff. I mean, really, the laundry list of stuff that you can do with this gearbox is pretty awesome. And the fact that it's coming that way from Classic Army is really cool. Now, one of the things about this gearbox that I do really like is the trigger response. It's very crisp when paired with that electronic trigger. Now, I know you guys are always wanting to hear how it shoots, so let's go find out how it sounds. The gun sounds great. Like I said, it's very snappy on that trigger response, and the rate of fire is very decent on an 11.1 volt LiPo. Now, a couple of things to keep in mind with this gun, and the first and foremost I gotta say is gonna be the battery situation. So let's take a look at that right now. Okay, let's take a look here with the battery situation on this Nemesis line of guns. Once I get this tail cap off of here, you will see the gun is wired to Dean's. Thankfully, I have an adapter here for my Tamiya connection. I would advise you try to wire your batteries to Dean's if you can, if you're going to use this type of gun, as this little connector here does take up a lot of valuable space, as you'll see in a second. So once I get that connected there, I'm now going to grab my 11.1 LiPo. Now keep in mind these wires want to be on the bottom of the tube, so push them down and put your LiPo into your tube. As you can see, I do have a bit of space here still sticking out. Once I get this connected, from there kind of comes a little bit of a game of getting these wires all perfectly lined up. Once I have them pretty good, I just got to slide this cap back over the top here. So now those wires are all nice and tucked in there, I'm going to go ahead and just push this down and start threading it back into place. Now once that's nice and snug and I feel like it's secure, my battery is good to go. Now obviously that is definitely a very tight fit. Like I said, if you do wire this to Dean's, it will save you a little bit on the battery space there, but just something to keep in mind with these guns. So just keep in mind, find the right battery and you'll be set with this gun. Now the release date for this is going to be sometime next month, and the price point you can expect, well, these are going to be coming in at $420. So definitely make sure if you're excited about this to get those pre-orders in. I will try to include all of the links below for you guys so you can do that. And if you have any questions about these new guns that are coming out, make sure to leave those comments below and I will do my best to get back to all of those. As always guys, my name is Josh and I will catch you on the next one.